Good evening, and welcome to tonight's showing of Oak Tech Rep's production of The Comedy of Errors. My name is Casey Fern, and I am the interim director of Oak Tech Rep. Every actor you will see on your screen is an Oakland Technical High School student who carved out hours from their busy schedules to be a part of this project during this challenging and unforgettable school year. For some of these actors, this is their second, third, fourth, or even fifth show as a member of Oak Tech Rep. And for some of these actors, this is their very first Oak Tech Rep production. The conditions for creating this show were unlike anything any of us had ever done before. Each member of the acting ensemble filmed from a different location. Some scenes were filmed with one large group on Zoom at the same time, and some scenes were edited together from multiple filming sessions over multiple days. What ties this whole production together is that every performer in this show has pushed themselves to create theater in a whole new way. Some way, somehow, we got this play to happen. What did it take? It took some rehearsals during morning tutorials. It took a lot of polite requests to get our families to stay quiet during recordings. It took several cross-town costume and prop exchanges. And it took an immense amount of collaboration and creativity on the part of these actors and everyone who has been supporting us throughout the year. I want to thank our guest artist, Sophia Fredericks, for her work with these actors on their text analysis and character development. I would also like to thank my predecessor, Oak Tech Rep Artistic Director Ina Dallas, who brought this group of students together this year to ensure that Oak Tech Rep would continue to provide enriching after-school experiences for students even during a pandemic. Finally, I would like to give a special shout out to the senior actors in the cast, Aaron Hernandez Aparillo, Camilla Willard Moore, and Ruby Chanfrey. I am so glad that they decided to take a chance on doing one last show at Oakland Tech. Without further ado, please enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Maddie Dittmer. I am a now junior at Oakland Technical High School, and I'm playing Nell in Comedy of Errors.
Hey everyone, I'm Amanda, and I'll be a senior next year at Oakland Technical High School, and I'll be acting as host for this drama Comedy of Errors. I hope you'll all enjoy our performance.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Beltran. I'm in the 10th grade, and I play the part of Angela the Goldsmith.
Hi, my name is Tyre Secrease, and I am currently a senior in high school, and I am 17 years old, and I will be playing the role of Duke Salinas. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Aaron Hernandez Aparillo, and I'll be playing the part of Egion, and I'm a graduating senior at Oakland Tech. I hope y'all enjoyed the show because we have been working very hard on it. Enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Delilah Maskett. I'm in the 11th grade, and I play Amelia and the officer in Comedy of Errors.
My name is Camilla Willard Moore. I'm a graduating senior, and I play Luciana.
Hi, my name is Ayame Duncan. I'm in 11th grade, and I play Adriana.
Hello, my name is Kestrel Berner, and I'm in the 10th grade, and I play Dromio of Syracuse.
My name is Leanne Pierret-Stellagunu, and I play Dromio of Ephesus, who will take every opportunity to show you just how witty he is.
My name is Sam Helvig. I'm in the 10th grade, and I'm playing Antipholus of Syracuse.
Hi, my name is Ruby Chanfrey. I'm a senior at Oakland Technical High School and with Oak Tech Rep, and I will be playing Antipholus of Ephesus.
Proceed, Duke, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death and woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. Again, if any Syracusan born come to the Bay of Ephesus, he dies, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance valued at the highest rate cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die. Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could have not been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. In Syracuse was I born and wed, but prosperous voyages I often made drew me from kind embraces of my spouse, who made provision for her following me. There had she not been long, but she became
a joyful mother of two goodly sons, one so like the other, as could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, and in the selfsame inn, a meaner woman was delivered, of such a burden, male twins, both alike.
Those for their parents were exceeding poor. I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife made motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed, alas, too soon.
For what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death. The sailors sought for safety by our boat, and left the ship, then sinking ripe, to us.
My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I
fastened ourselves at either end the mast. The seas waxed calm, and we discovered two ships from far making main to us. But ere they came...
Oh, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by that went before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon you.
Oh, had the gods done so, for ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock. Our helpful ship was split. Her part, poor soul, was carried with more speed before the wind, and in our sight they 3 were taken up. At length another ship had seized on us, and therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus you had heard me severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what hath befallen of them in thee till now.
My youngest boy became inquisitive after his brother, and informed me that his attendant, so his case was like, might bear him company in the quest of him. 5 summers have I spent in furthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward came Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to see unsought. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my untimely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegeon, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, my soul would sue as advocate for thee, yet I will favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum, and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die.
Therefore give out your epidemium, lest that your goods be soon to be confiscate the very day a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arrival here. And not being able to buy out his life, dyer's ere the wary sun set in the west. There's your money that I had to keep.
Go bear to the Centaur, where we host, and stay there, Dromio. Till this hour it will be dinner time. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a mien.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft, when I am dull and care with melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. But will you walk with me about the town, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants, of whom I hope to make much benefit. My present business calls me from you now. Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to a thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, that in an ocean seeks another drop. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. What now? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Returned so soon, rather approached too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit. The clock had stricken 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold, and the meat is cold because you come not home.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh, 6 pence that I had a Wednesday last? To pay the saddler for my mistress's crupper? The saddler had it, sir. I kept it not.
Come on, sir knave. Have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
In what safe place hast thou bestowed my money? Where's the 1,000 marks thou hast of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate. Some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both.
Thy mistress's marks? What mistress hast thou?
She that doth fast till you come home to dinner.
What, wilt thou flout me thus unto my face, being forbid? There, take that, sir knave.
What mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hands. Nay, and you will not, sir. I'll take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, this villain is all wrought of my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark-working sorcerers that change the mind. All to the centaur, to go seek Dromio. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor Dromio returned.
Perhaps a merchant hath invited him.
And from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner.
Good, sister, let us dine and never fret.
Patience unmoved, no marvel though she paused. They can be meek that have no other cause. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try, and here comes your man. Now your husband is nigh.
Say, is my tardy husband now at hand?
Nay, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowst thou his mind?
Aye, he told his mind upon mine ear.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home?
Why, mistress, my sir, my lord is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain.
When I desired him to come home for dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Your meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come home, quoth I? My gold, quoth he. Where's the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, is burned. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Quoth my lord. I know, quoth he, no house, no wife, no mistress.
Go back again and fetch him home.
Go back again and be new beaten home? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, Dromio, I will break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you, I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch my husband home. I know his eye doth enlarge elsewhere. Sister, you know he promised me a chain. With that alone he would detain, since that my beauty cannot please his eye. I'll weep when stuffed away, and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up, safe at the centaur, and the heedful fellow has wandered forth and cared to seek me out. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? As you love stroke, so jest with me again? You know no centaur, you receive no gold.
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, tell me.
Dost thou jeer and flout me in the teeth? Thinkest thou I jest? Hold, take that.
Hold, sir, for God's sake. Now your jest is earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Why, first for flouting me, and then wherefore for urging it the second time to me.
Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for the something that you gave me for nothing.
I'll make you amends next and give you nothing for something. But soft, who wafts us yonder?
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress has thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged would vow that never words were music to thine ears unless I spake. Oh, how comes it that thou art thus estranged from thyself?
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old.
Brother, how the world has changed with you! When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you for Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman?
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names, unless it be by inspiration?
Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine.
To me she speaks, she moves me for her theme. What, was I married to her in my dream? Or sleep I now, and think I hear all this?
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
The fairyland. Oh, spite of spites? We talk with goblins, owls, and sprites? If we obey them not, this will ensue. We'll suck our breath, or pinch us black and blue.
Why, prayest thou to thyself and answered not? Dromio, thou drone, thou snail, thou slug, thou sought.
I am transformed, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Come, come, no longer will I be a fool. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised? Known unto these and to myself disguised. I'll say as they say and persevere so, and in this midst that all adventure go.
My lord, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter lest I break your pate.
Come, come, Antipholus, we dine too late.
Oh, good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered at your shop to see the making of her chain. But here's the villain that swore I beat him and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold that I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard thou, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know, that you beat me at the mart. I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting should tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear, I should kick being kicked. And being at that pass, you would keep from my heels and beware of an ass.
But soft, my door is locked. Go bid them let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Marion, Cecil, Gillian, Jen,
Beau, malt horse, cap'n, coxcomb, idiot, Patch. Either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch.
Patch is made our porter. My lord stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on one's feet.
Who talks within there? Ho, open the door.
Right, sir, I'll tell you when, and you tell me wherefore.
Who art thou that keepest me out from the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain, thou hast stolen both my name and mine office.
What a coil is there? Dromio, who are those at the gate?
Let my lord in, Nell.
Faith, no, he comes too late, and so tell your lord.
If thy name be called Nell, Nell, thou hast answered him well.
Thou baggage, let me in.
Can you tell for whose sake?
My lord, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down.
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there? Wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, Sir Knaves, go get you from the door.
Heroes needs your cheer, sir, nor welcome. Would fain have either.
They stand at the door, my lord. Bid them welcome hither.
Go fetch me something. I'll break up the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate.
Have patience, sir, but let it not be so. Hearing your war against your reputation, be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and about even come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet. At the Porpentine we will dine, for there's the house. That chain will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife, upon mine host there. Good sirs, make haste. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere, see if they'll disdain me.
Meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else, I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine. Nor to her bed no homage do I owe, far more to you do I decline.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How, I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister, sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself, mine own self's better part, mine eye's clear eye, my dear heart's dearest heart, my food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim, my soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
Soft air, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
Why, how now, Dromio? Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio. Thou art my man, and thou art thyself.
I'm an ass. I'm a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Marry, sir, besides myself, I'm due to a woman. One that claims me, one that haunts me, one that shall have me.
What claim lays she to thee?
Marry, sir, such claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast, not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverent body. Marry, sir, she's a kitchen wench in all grease.
What complexion is she of?
Swart like my shoe, but her face nothing half so clean kept.
That is a fault that water will mend.
No, sir, 'tis in grain. Noah's flood could not do it.
What's her name?
Nell, sir. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me. Call me Dromio. Swore I was assured to her. Told me what privy marks I had about me, as the mark on my shoulder, the mole on my neck, the great wart on my left arm, that I amazed ran from her as a witch.
Go, hie thee presently, post to the road. I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the mart. If everyone knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As from a bear a man would run for life, so fly I, from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me traitor to myself, but lest myself be guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus.
Aye, that's my name.
And I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain. I thought to have taken you at the porpentine. The unfinished chain made me stay thus long.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
But please yourself, sir. I've made it for you.
Made it for me, sir. I bespoke it not.
Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and please your wife withal. And soon at supper time I'll visit you and receive the money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive the money now, for fear you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Very well.
I see a man here needs not live by shifts, when in the streets he meets with such golden gifts. I'll to the mart, and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put out, then straight away.
You know, since Pentecost the sum is due, therefore make present satisfaction, or I will attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is grown to me by Antipholus. In the instant that I met with you, he had of me a chain. At 5 o'clock, I shall receive the money for the same.
That labor may you save. See where he comes.
Well, I go to the goldsmith. Go thou and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow among my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my doors by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone. I promised your presence and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me.
Saving your marriage humor. Here's to know how much your chain weighs to the utmost care, which doth amount to 3 ducats more. Then I stand debtless to his gentleman. I pray you, see him presently discharged.
I'm not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business about the town. Good senor, take the fellow to my house, and with you take the chain and bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there as soon as you.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money. I should have chid you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first begin to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me? The chain.
Why, give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, you know I gave it to you even now. Either send the chain or send me by some token.
Fie, now you run this humor out of breath. Where's the chain? I pray you, let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, say whether you'll answer me or no. If not, I'll leave him to the officer.
I answer you? What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
You gave me none. You wronged me much to say so.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do, and charge you in the Duke's name to obey me.
Either consent to pay the sum for me, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never had? Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Arrest him, officer. I would not spare my brother in this case. He's just scorned me so apparently.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
My lord, there is a bark of epidamnum that stays but till her owner comes aboard. And then, sir, she bears away. Our fraughtage, sir, I've conveyed aboard. They stay for naught at all, but for their owner, my lord, and yourself.
How now, a madman? Why, thou peevish sheep, what ship of epidandum stays for me?
A ship you sent me to hire waftage.
Thou drunken fool, I sent thee for a rope.
You sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
I will debate this matter at more leisure, and teach your ears to list me with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hide thee straight and tell her in the desk there's a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her I am arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. Hie thee, Dromio, be gone. On, officer, to prison till it come.
Oh, Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest, yea or no?
First, he denied you had in him no right. Then swore he that he was a stranger here. Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
That love I begged for you, he begged of me.
What persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, and then my speech.
Didst thou speak him fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor will I not. Hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old, and sere, vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind.
Who would be jealous son of such a one? No evil loss is wailed when it is gone.
Oh, but I think him better than I say. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here, go, the desk, the purse. Sweet now, make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is Antipholus? Is he well?
No, he's in limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, one that before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
My man, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. He is rested on the case.
What? Is he arrested? Tell me at whose suit.
I know not. Will you send him, mistress, redemption, the money in his desk?
Go fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he, unknown to me, should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain. A chain. Do you not hear a ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. 'Tis time that I were gone.
Go, Dromio. There's the money. Bear it straight.
And bring my husband home immediately.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and sorcerers inhabit here.
My lord, here's the gold you sent me for.
What gold is this? I understand thee not.
Why, sir, I brought you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight. And then were you hindered by an officer? Here are the angels that you sent for to deliver you.
The fellow is distract, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Well met, Master Antipholus. Oh, see, sir, you have found Goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan avoid! I charge thee, tempt me not.
My lord, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil.
Nay, she is worse. Come not near her.
You're man and you're marvelous, merry sir. Will you go with me? We're men at dinner here.
My lord, if you do, expect spoon meat, or be
Why,
speaking without spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Mary, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend. What tellest thou me of supping? Thou art, as you all are, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond to chain you promised, and I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devils ask but the paring of one's nail, a rush, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, but she, more covetous, would have a chain. My lord, be wise, and if you give it her, the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring, or else the chain. I hope you not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch! Come, Dromio, let us go.
Now, I'll doubt Antipholus is mad. Also, he never sold to mean himself. A ring he half of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. The reason that gather he is mad, besides his present instant of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance. He, like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way is now to hie home to his house, and tells his wife that, being a lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fit choose, for 4 is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere as I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am arrested for. Here comes my man. I think he brings the money. How now, sir? Have you that I sent you for?
Here's that I warrant you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope? To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope's end, sir, and to that end am I returned.
To that end, sir, I welcome you.
Good sir, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good, now hold thy tongue.
Nay, rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You may prove it by my long years. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his hands for my service but blows. When I'm cold, he heats me with beating. When I'm warm, he cools me with beating. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit, driven outdoors with it when I go from home, welcomed home with it when I turn. Nay, I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar want her brat. And I think when he hath lamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along.
I'll say you now, is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again.
Alas, how fiery and how sharp he looks.
Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand, let me feel your pulse.
There is my hand, and let it feel your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, house within this man to yield possession to my holy prayers, and to thy state of darkness he thy straight, I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, I'm not mad.
Oh, that you were not, for distressed soul.
You, wife, are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face revel and feasted at my house today? Well, upon me, the guilty doors were shut, and I denied to enter in my house.
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home. Where would you have remained until this time, free from these slanders and this open shame?
Dined at home. Thou villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up and I shut out?
Perdue, your doors were locked and you shut out.
And did she herself not revile me there?
Self up, she herself reviled you there.
And did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Certes she did, the kitchen vestal scorned you.
And did I not, in a rage, depart from thence?
In verity you did, my bones bear witness.
It's good to soothe him in its contrary.
It is no shame the fellow finds his vein, and yielding to him humors well his frenzy.
Thou hast suffered the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me, heart and goodwill you might, but surely, mistress, not a rag of money.
Wentest not thou to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me, and I delivered it.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both men and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me forth today? And why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
And, gentle mistress, I received no gold, but I confess, sir, that we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all. And art confederate as a damned pack, to make a lonesome abject scorn of me. But with these nails, I'll pluck out those false eyes that would behold in me this shameful sport.
Oh, bind him, let him not come near me.
More company the find is strong within him.
Ay me, poor man, how pale and wan he looks.
Thou jailer, thou, I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them to make a rescue?
Masters, let him go. He is my prisoner, and you shall not have him.
Go bind this man for his frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good senior doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. O most unhappy day, go bear him hence.
Say now, whose suit is he arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats, due for a chain your husband had of him.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
Then as your husband on rage today came to my house and took away my ring. The ring I saw upon his finger now, straight after did I meet him of a chain.
It may be so, but I did never see it. Come, jailer, bring me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large.
Ah! Aha! God, for thy mercy, they're loose again.
And come with naked swords. Let's call more help to have them bound again.
Away, they'll kill us.
I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife now ran from you.
Come to the centaur. Fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard. I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away, to get our stuff aboard.
I'm sorry, sir, that I've hindered you, but I protest he had the chain of me, though most honestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
Very reverend reputation, sir. Second to none lives here in the city.
Speak softly. Yonder, as I think, he walks.
'Tis so when that self-chain about his neck which you forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me. I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me to the shame and trouble, and, not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstance and oath so to deny. This chain which you now wear so openly, this chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think I had. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine, thou knowest did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch! 'Tis pity that thou livest, to walk where any honest man resort.
I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
I dare, and do defy thee for a villain.
Hold! Hurt him not!
For God's sake, he is mad.
Run, my lord, run! For God's sake, take a house. This is some priory, and our rear spoiled.
Be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in, that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I am sorry now that I did draw on him.
How long hath his possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, much different from the man he was.
Hath he not lost much wealth by wreck of sea, buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful love? A sin prevailing much in youthful men, who give their eyes the liberty of gazing. Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except be the last. Namely, some love drew him off from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
Why, I did so.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Aye, but not enough.
Still, did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and therefore comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced by thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make ill digestions. In food, in sport, and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed would mad or man or beast. The consequence is then thy jealous fits have scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprimanded him, but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answer not?
She did betray me to my own reproof. Good people enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary.
I will attend to my husband, be his nurse, and therefore let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers. Therefore depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here, and all it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke of this indignity.
Come, go, I will fall prostrate at his feet.
Anon, I'm sure, the Duke himself in person comes this way.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusan merchant who put unluckily into this bay, headed publicly for his defense.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly, if any friend will not pay the sum for him, he shall not die.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She's a virtuous and a reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the street, with him his bondmen, all as mad as him, doing displeasure to the citizens. Once I did get him bound and sent him home anon, I would not, by what strange escape, he broke from those that had guarded him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each one with ireful passion, with drawn swords, met us again, and madly bent on us, chased us away, till raising more aid, we came again to bind them. Then they fled into this abbey, whither we pursued them, and here the abbess shut the gates on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth that we may bear him hence. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word, when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
O mistress, thy mistress, shift and save yourself. My lord and his man are both broke loose, beaten the maids a row and bound to the doctor, whose beards they've singed off with brands of fire, and ever as it blazed they threw on him great pails mire to quench the hair. My lord preaches patience to him, and while his man with scissors nicks him like a fool, and sure, unless you send some present help, between them they will kill the conjurer.
Peaceful, thy lord and his man are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true. I have not breathed almost since I see it. He cries for you and vows, if he can take you, to scorch your face and to disfigure you. Hark, hark, I hear him, mistress. Fly, be gone.
Come, stand by me, fear nothing.
I mean, it is my husband. Witness you that he is born about invisible. Even now we housed him in the abbey here. And now he's there past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke. Oh, grant me justice. Even for the service that long since I did thee, when I bestrid thee in the wars and took deep scars to save thy life. Even for the blood that then I lost for thee, now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death don't make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there. She whom thou gavest to me to be my wife, that hath abused and dishonored me, even in the strength and height of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut the doors upon me, while she with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord, myself, he, and my sister today did dine together. So befall my soul, as this is false, he burdens me withal.
Ne'er may I look on day nor sleep on night, but she tells to your highness simple truth.
Oh, perjured woman, they are both forsworn, and this the madman justly charges them.
My liege, I am advised what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash provoked with raging ire. I'll bet my wrongs might make one wiser mad. This woman locked me out this day from dinner. That goldsmith there, were he not packed with her, could witness it, for he was with me then. Who parted with me to go fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him. In the street I met him, and in his company that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day of him received the chain, which God knows I saw not, for the which he did arrest me with an officer. I did obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats. He with none returned. Then fairly I bespoke the officer to go in person with me to my house. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Along with them, they brought one Pinch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a threadbare juggler and fortune teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch. Forsooth, took on him as a conjurer, and gazing in mine eyes, feeling my pulse, cries out, I was possessed. Then altogether they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence in a dark and dankish vault at home. There left me and my man bound together, till gnawing with my teeth my bonds in sunder, I gained my freedom, and immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, in truth, thus far I witnessed with him that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
Besides, I'll be sworn these ears of mine. Heard you confess and had the chain of him, after you forswore it on the mart, and thereupon I drew my sword on you, and you fled to the abbey here, from whence I think you are come by miracle.
I never came within these abbey walls, nor ever didst thou draw thy sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven. And this is false, you burden me with all.
Why, what an intricate impeach this is. I think you all have drunk from Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that saying. Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her there at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger snatched that ring.
'Tis true, my liege, this ring I had of her.
Sawst thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grave.
Why, this is strange. Go call the abbess hither. I think you all are mated or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Happily I see a friend that will save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? And is not that your bondman, Dromio?
Within this hour I was his bondman, sir, but he, I thank him, not into my cords. Now am I Dromio and his man unbound.
I am sure you both remember me.
Ourselves we do remember, sir, by you, for lately we were bound, as you are now. You are not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why you look strange on me? You know me well.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last, and careful hours with time's deformed hand have written strange the features in my face. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, trust me, sir, nor I.
I'm sure thou dost.
Aye, sir, but I'm sure I do not. And whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity hast thou so cracked and split my poor tongue. In 7 short years, that here my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares. Though now this grain face of mine be hid in sap-consuming winter drizzle snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet half the night of life, some memory, my wasting lamps, some fading glimmer left. My dull deaf ears a little used to hear, all these old witnesses I cannot. Tell me thou art my son Antipholus.
I never saw my father in my life.
But 7 years since at Syracusa, boy, thou knowest we parted, but perhaps my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
The Duke and all that know me in the city can witness with me that it is not so. I never saw Syracusia in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusian, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracusa. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged.
I see 2 husbands, or mine eyes deceive me?
One of these men is genius to the other, and so these, which is the natural man and which is the spirit, who deciphers them?
I, sir, am Dromio. Command him away.
I, sir, am Dromio. Pray, let me stay.
Aegeon, art thou not? Or else this ghost.
Oh, my old lord, who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bonds, and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegeon, if thou beest the man that hadst once a wife called Amelia, that bore 3 at a burden 2 fair sons. Oh, if thou beest the same Aegeon, speak, and speak unto this same Amelia.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia, and if thou art she, tell me where is that son that floated with thee on the fatal raft?
By men of Epidamnum, he and I, and the twin Dromio, all were taken up, but by and by rude fishermen of Corinth by force took Dromio and my son from them, and me they left with those of Epidamnum. What then became of them I cannot tell, I to this fortune that you see me in.
Why, here begins his morning story right. These 2 Antipholus, these 2 so like, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance, besides her urging of her wreck at sea, these are the parents of these children, which accidentally are met together. Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first?
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stay, stand apart. I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lord.
And I with him.
Brought to this town by that most famous warrior, Duke Menophon, your most renowned uncle.
Which one of you did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And you are not my husband.
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I, yet she did call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I shall make leisure to make good, if this not be a dream I see in here.
That is the chain, sir, which you had of me.
I think it be, sir. I deny it not.
And you, sir, for this chain arrested me.
Think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
The purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio, my man, did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was taken for him, and he for me. And thereupon these errors arose.
These ducats I pawned for my father here.
It shall not need, thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that diamond from you.
There, take it, and much thanks for my good cheer.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and here at large discoursed all our fortunes, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I but gone in travail of you, my sons, until this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duke, my husband, and my children both, go to a gossip's feast, and go with me, after so long grief, such festivity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
My lord, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
He speaks to me. I am your lord, Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look to that anon. Embrace thy brother there. Rejoice with him.
Methinks you are my glass and not my brother. I see by you I am a sweet-faced youth.
Not I, sir. You are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senior. Till then, lead thou first.
Nay, then thus. We came into the world like brother and brother, and now let's go hand in hand, not one before another.